Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Oh, the Illuminati.
Welcome back to the Illest Blur in the Land. Today's review is going to be on the movie Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. Excuse me. Let's get right into it. So, what I liked about this film, the start of the film was very interesting. We get a chance to learn about Shang-Chi's parents and how they actually met. And it was interesting because you could tell it was like a story within a story, and eventually we see Shang-Chi's mother and him bonding, and then eventually the movie goes for another direction, which really works. I really like that aspect of it. We got a chance to know what type of parents that he had. Not exactly everything about the parents, but I gotta say, Marvel, bravo. Marvel really did it with the fighting choreography between the parents and just the story. It was very interesting, and just the visuals were really cool. And I gotta say, it worked. Okay. The next thing is the story of Shang-Chi, which I really liked. We see Shang-Chi pretty much being a valet. Him and his buddy, which is played by comedian Awkwafina. I like the chemistry between the two. Best friends, you know, and it was really interesting. We see Shang-Chi goes under another identity, Sean. I was like, wait a minute. Like, he's not even Shang-Chi. So I did like that. They were underachievers. And we could see that they spent time quite a bit together, like best friends normally do. And we can also see that they were kind of fed up with just being a valet parker. I guess they, you know, being an underachiever has pretty much, you know, something that deals with where you're just tired of just being an underachiever. We also see with Shang-Chi, the fighting choreography between him and Blade and Razor Master. That was really cool. I like that the fighting choreography on the actual bus. I was like, this is really cool. Like, I like that the fighting choreography for this film felt very authentic. Like, they took some time into this film when it came to that. Also, what I liked about Shang-Chi was learning about his sibling, you know what I'm saying, his little sis, his sister. And I like that we saw the problems that they had. Like, they had the backstory for the sister, they had the backstory for Shang-Chi. I like that the backstories, we saw backstories not for just Shang-Chi, but his little sister, him, and the father. So, you know, that was really interesting. Also, what really happened to his actual mother, you know what I'm saying, due to his father's arrogant ways. We saw a traumatized Shang-Chi in the film as a younger. So he was afraid of his father, and also letting down his father. That's why he never did come back to his actual father, because he felt like, I'm afraid of this man. I've seen him do things that I don't necessarily agree with. We also see Shang-Chi bonding with his mother, because the flashback scenes for this film, I like how they flowed. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you watch a film, the flashbacks don't really work out, but they meshed it really well together. And I was like, okay, this is really good. Also, the other part of the film that I enjoyed was also the visuals, the CGI. Oh my God. When I mean the CGI for this movie was incredible. The CGI really worked. Like I said, when I seen like just the place, his mother's homeland, looked visually, it was impressive. I was like, whoa. I'm like, you know, and like I said, the last film that I saw where it was very impressive was Black Panther when it came to Wakanda. And not saying that it's a comparison, but I'm just saying that Marvel's been upping, like making the places look like the real thing now. You know what I'm saying? Where it looks like, whoa, like this is really cool. And also just the creatures within the land itself. So that was something that was very interesting. The last two things I'm going to talk to you about is pretty much his father and him going at it. Like the final part of this film really worked. Like, I like that they had the father and him kind of go at it. Him eventually, losing to the father. It kind of was very reminiscent to Black Panther 1, where, the relative ends up whipping the main character, which I'm totally okay with. I'm not against that. But I did like that, and I like how Shang-Chi got the 10 rings. That was very interesting. I like that he eventually got them from his father, and them kind of going at it, you know what I'm saying, and him, kind of just the CGI and just how they were duking it out and everything. That was really very interesting. Also, I like that the ending kind of connected back to the beginning. I forgot to mention, where Shang-Chi and Katie pretty much, they were talking to a friend at a restaurant, and they talk about how things have changed since he's, finally come back to realize about his family. Also, I like that this was the becoming of Shang-Chi. He didn't have the rings right away, so that was cool too. And I like he got the costume at the very end. But like I said, I think this movie was very impressive visually. I like that the story structure was really good. Like I said, we had the backstory of Shang-Chi. We had the backstory of the mother. We had the backstory of his sister, why his sister was very angry at him. The themes in this film is pretty much abandonment. Shang-Chi abandoned his family because he felt like he couldn't live up to his father's expectations. That was one thing. The next thing is being yourself. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. And I think, him coming with this whole shine persona, he wasn't being true to Katie's character, his best friend. I really did like that aspect of it too. The last thing I could say is it had like a very element, like I said, this is not saying that it's Black Panther, it's not, but it had the ancestor, trust within your ancestors type of theme, which is totally fine with me. But I gotta say, this film, I liked it from start to the finish to the very end. Also, there are 2 credits for this Marvel film, so if you're going to see it, make sure you stay. There are 2 credits. The first credit is very interesting. It deals with Shang-Chi's sister. That's all I'm going to say. The next one deals with Shang-Chi, Katie, and 2 Avengers. I'm not going to say which Avengers because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But this is your boy, Ill Blurmatic, the illest blur in the land. Hope you enjoyed the review. What do you think about this? Are you going to go see Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10 Rings? Until next time, guys, have a great day. And also, I will give this movie a 5. It was a solid 5. The only thing that I had an issue with was we didn't know the longevity of the rings' powers. Like, his father had been around for years. That was my only disappointment or dislike about it. But until next time, guys, have a great day. And I'm out.